Hi, greetings all. Great to have you here. I've got very many faces today. I've never had so many people all at once in this platform. It's the very first time. So, just to give context and for the benefit of the listeners, you guys are all my friends. I know you don't know each other. Some of you are based in Johannesburg, some of you are from KZN, others are in Bloemfontein, and we've got a Chinese somebody. Uh, the other day, she was showing me frogs that she was eating, and I'm hoping that she's going to share a bit about that. So I'm going to start by introducing all of you. We've got Vin. You can just raise your hand there so that they see you. We've got Tando in Bloemfontein. Nolwazi, I call her Sto. She is in Joburg, Midrand. Musa is in Soweto. Hi, Musa. And then we've got Nandisa, who is in China. Nandisa, are you in China? I know you're somewhere in Asia.
Yeah, say China.
What are you doing in China? I'm joking. Yeah, anyway, Nandisa was my dance partner for so many years. We did ballroom dancing together, and then we've been partners ever since. You never really divorce your dance partner. Nandisa, do you want to say hi to the group?
Hi to the peoples. Sunborn.
Yeah, well.
She's also shy. Musa, do you wanna say hi?
Hola.
Is that your greeting?
Yeah.
This is actually what happens. If we were meeting in person and I was introducing all of you together to each other, I mean to say, I think this is exactly how you guys would behave. Nandisa is that crazy and shy. Musa is exactly like this. It would be like hola, and then that would be it. Still, please greet the guys.
Hi guys. It feels so awkward to be in sort of like a formal setting with different faces, especially having Q running this whole meeting because I would just say anything anyhow, but now I have to hold myself. Anyways, hi.
Please don't. Please don't believe me. And you guys individually, and you're all crazy, equally crazy even. Tando is the worst. You can go ahead, Tando. Please introduce yourself.
Good day, everyone. Ninjani?
Yeah.
Ngiyavuya unibona because I see majority la ngabeZulu, so I'm going to try speak isiZulu, otherwise ngimXhosa mina. Beke ndathetha isiXhosa kuzoba amanzi phansi, but ke it's fine.
We can speak Xhosa, by the way, and we understand the Xhosa. By virtue of my geography, I am a Xhosa speaking person.
Wow.
Interesting.
Vin, I'm gonna hand over to you.
All right. Hi, people. Lovely faces. Great to meet you guys. And let's give this guy a little bit of a hard time because he's giving us a hard time as well. Make sure your questions are much difficult for him. Let's put him on the spot.
Please don't do that, please. So thank you very much for that, Vin. I'm hoping that you guys are not gonna make it difficult. So the show is a bit different. Like I explained during the briefing, you guys are asking me questions, and I'm going to be answering whatever question that you're going to be asking from me as honestly as I possibly can. So please feel free. You are only given a chance to ask 3 questions. I'm hoping that people are going to be kind and yeah, don't be brutal as Vin has invited you all. So I'm going to start with Zimbo, Tando. The floor is yours now. We can start from Tando, Vin.
A card.
You're wearing a white t-shirt, a white sweater.
No, it's wait. Are we asking the questions, Zoe, 3 at the same time, or it's one question next? Or
No.
What?
So you will ask one question at a time, and then I respond, and then I'm going to invite another person.
Okay.
Okay. No, makes sense. Makes sense. All right. No, I don't have difficult questions. I just wanted to understand something, Benrami. You travel a lot, and I understand it's because of your work. I mean, every week you are at a different place and all. So how do you manage or how do you juggle your work as well as your relationship? Specifically, a relationship, if you are in one, how do you juggle that?
I didn't expect that 10. I didn't expect you to marry that with my relationship. But I guess I plan ahead. I always just make sure that everything is well set. You look at my calendar, my diary, everything is in an order. If I was in a relationship, and if I were to honestly answer you on that relationship question, I haven't been in a relationship for the past year, almost lied, since October last year. So I don't have those problems now. But when I am in a relationship, I minimize my traveling. I cancel some of the trips for the sake of my relationship, because I like to be fair to the next person.
That's fair. That's fair.
Mm.
But is it always possible though? Like, I understand you're saying you cancel some of the things, but I know some of the travel is important and it comes, without being planned. Your what are these? Your conferences out of the blue, you have to be somewhere. So, are you able to plan everything, like legit everything to the T?
Well, maybe not to the T, but yeah, I plan ahead. If something is poorly organized, I just decide not to involve myself. I'll make an example. I was supposed to be in Durban this past week, but because the bookings were made late on Friday, the previous week, I told them I'm not going to go there. Yeah, right after they confirmed my booking that I'm not going to be able to go there because I've made another plans. I'm still employed. I have my 9 to 5 that requires me to be in the classroom. So if things aren't well planned, it affects. I'm a lecturer. It affects my students. So I always try and have everything planned well in advance, and I don't like to be inconvenienced by people.
Makes sense. Makes sense. No, I understand. That's fair.
Thank you very much for that question. I'll give this one to Musa.
Maybe you'll rope in one of the ladies because they always guide quite well in terms of questioning. But mine is quite simple. Obviously, knowing what you have achieved as a black person, how do you see the future of other young people, maybe who are going to follow in your steps, channeling through in the current dynamic of the current political position in the country? It's very dramatic. And how do you see the role of an African child towards education development coming up?
What the hell?
Yes.
Could somebody please help simplify Musa's
Okay,
question for me?
in
Can you say it in Zulu, Musa?
okay, in a good way, yesiZulu. So achieve, okay, bathi angazi yini achieve ngesizulwini. So phumelele kakhulu.
Let's give it the term achieve, yeah.
Yeah, so wena, like as a young person onje, yini role yakho influencer another young person, maybe obheke kuwe, to take the same routes that you have taken, noting the current climate or being politics and also the background that influences one's abilities to achieve what you have achieved.
I normally have conversations with young people. I work with young people. My 9 to 5 involves working with young people. And whenever I am given an opportunity to sort of like give an advice or shift towards the direction of your question, I would tell, I say it's my peers because I'm also young. I tell them, Uguti, sometimes you don't have to focus on all these things that are happening around you. What you want to do is to make use of the opportunities that you have. For instance, if you are in higher education or if you are at a TVET college, wherever, you use that opportunity to study because it's a way of empowering oneself. And what you do there is to create a situation where if there's ever a chance where there could be an opportunity that is presented, you are well equipped to take up that opportunity. But if you focus on what is happening, you are making an example of the current political climate in South Africa. If you focus on that and you ask yourself, why must I study? Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to get employed, since you know the employment status of the country. If you choose not to put yourself in a better position in terms of your education, then if it happens that there are opportunities coming, then chances are you are not going to be considered for whatever. So I guess tying this to education, it's really to put yourself in a position of advantage than the next person. So mine is, you always do what you can to just put yourself in a better position. It's self-empowerment, really.
Yeah.
Not sure if I did justice in that question, Musa, but
No, I'm happy.
yeah. Okay. Nandisa.
Ivan. They were serious. What was Gwami?
Tell them, Basiriasi. You can follow up with questions, by the way.
What was Gwami you failed me?
Thank you for exposing me, yes?
So, okay, ngiyakuzwa impendulo yakho, and I would guess ukuthi lokho ubone as usufunda yabo how it's positioning you and how it's opening doors for you. But what was the turning point for you where you were like, as much as I'm failing matric, but I can actually study, like mina nginefear yokuthi yabo iqenge, like smart people, they struggle with courses, so it makes me scared of other courses because I'm like, if that person is that smart, then mina ngizokhona kanjani? They complaining about a course and I know that they're smart. So for you as someone who couldn't even make it matric the first time, what was the turning point and what motivated you to like push further to PhD?
You were the turning point.
Ah.
By the way, I danced with Nandisa. I failed matric while I was dancing with you, I suppose. I think.
Ah, and by the reason.
Yeah. So Nandisa and I would literally, she would bunk classes for dance practice at UKZN. She was at UKZN at the time. She would skip her tests, some of the tests, so that we go to dance tournaments. I did the same in matric. I remember my mom used to give me money to go attend after classes to do maths and science, but not even once did I pay for those classes. And throughout the year, they knew that I was attending after classes. Meanwhile, after school, I would be going to dance practice. So what then happened when the results came out, my name wasn't there. I couldn't believe it, for starters. I remember saying to my mother, no, I think they just made a mistake. We'll see when you get the statement tomorrow. I went, got the statement, and indeed I had failed maths and science. Not because I didn't know those subjects, but yeah, I was just not committed, not as committed. But then I think my mom, Nandisa, is the one who said, look, you got A's and B's. You got B's. They don't give you an A if you fail. So you've got B's in other subjects. So just go write that supplementary exam and carry on with your life. I think what also helped was that she herself didn't pass matric. So she knew how to advise. She was carrying me when she was in matric. So I think it only took me 2 weeks to work out the entire book, mathematics book, and I went wrote the supplementary paper and I passed. I found it to be very easy than the main paper. And then I applied, and I told myself that when I got to university, I would do things differently. I would not prioritize extramural activities like I did when I was in high school. And the focus was really on going back to being an A student that I always was. And yeah, that is what happened. And the goal for me each and every semester was to get what we call the dean's commendation. So you would not pay your tuition fees. And I think that is what kept me going. So I was pressing on each and every semester. I don't know what happened to Nandisa, but she's disappeared. Vin, we'll meet you in Richards Bay. We miss you in Richards Bay, Vin.
Yeah, no, at the moment I'm in Midrand. You can always meet me here. Yeah, I think those were a little bit heavy, so let me go easy on you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, let me just ask you about something we discussed not long ago. Kind of tying in with what Zimbo had asked, if I'm not mistaken, something to do with your personal life and how you view things being an academic and balancing your academics with your family life, but not just your extended family. I'm talking about the possibility of your own family. So I would speak from my behalf and say that it's been a long time as a practicing pharmacist, and I put my career way, way ahead of my personal life. And time is not on our side. So it's come to a point now that if I decide to start a family, then I'm actually going to rob myself of some good years of my kids growing up. So in your case, you're kind of young. So I would like to find out what your thoughts on that. Do you still want to pursue more in academics? Do you want to try and extend your family, your own personal family? Or do you feel that sometimes people like us who are into working and academics and those type of things, do we honestly not put those things as top priority, or are you just thinking along the same line?
I'm trying to get the question. I think there was a lot of build up to the question such that I missed it.
So yeah,
can you ask me?
I think, and the question that I'm asking you is, do you prioritize your work over a family life?
Yes and no. It depends. Again, if you say family, are you talking about my own family?
You starting a family, yeah. You, not your parents, not your siblings, you.
I think I am. I'll be honest there. I think right now I'm at a stage where I am just building my career really and trying to make myself visible in the space and creating a name for myself. I don't think starting a family is something that I am thinking about that much. Yes, I want to stay with my partner, but I don't think it's something I want to take to a higher level, to a point where we have children, you know? I do want to have children at some stage, maybe in the next 5-6 years, but currently it's not something that occupies my mind, because I feel like that's going to hold me back. I think if I were to bring a child to this world, I would want them to live as comfortably as possible. And I don't think I'm in a position where I can safely say that now I'm able to raise a kid. I have a dog, Max. I'm not sure if you know about him. You should. I'm seeing with him. When I got Max, the idea was really to see if I would be able to do this parenting thing. And what I've observed is that, having a family is not a child's play. When I leave my place, Zimbo was asking about the traveling. When I travel, I always have to organize somebody to come here and stay, or I have to find somebody out there to look after Max. Now, I don't think I'm ready to have those challenges, especially with another living human being. Yeah, the short response to that would be no. Yes, I am prioritizing work over that at the moment, but there will be a time where I really focus on family building and just say work can chill a bit.
Okay, fair and good.
Yeah. Nandisa, welcome back. We missed you. So Vin asked me if I am prioritizing my personal growth outside work with everything that I'm doing in my professional space. So I was responding to that. Nolwazi, still.
Okay. So I'm glad Nandi is here. I think when you were introducing her, and then I had this question as my last question regarding your ballet dance. And also, I want
ballroom
yes,
dancing,
yes.
not ballet dance.
Oh, I thought you were in ballet.
Those are two different things.
Okay, that then. Also, again, I want to sort of like ask you questions it's like a follow-up question from what Vin has asked. And because you are one person who is into academic, you travel a lot, it's like your life revolves around your career. My question is that if you were to be given a chance, would you go back to dancing to sort of like take yourself out from your career, knowing very well that I think our 9 to 5, they take a lot from us. It's quite draining. When you get home, you're tired. Going to gym, it's like an achievement. But if you were to be given a chance, would you go back to dancing? And again, we sort of like ourselves, or maybe yourselves, revolve around your career. Apart from your career, who is Qinisani? Like, what is it that you would say if my 9 to 5 or my career is gone? What else is there?
First of all, not to try to be smart in my response, but I've learned to answer that question by starting off by stating where I come from. So Kunisani is a rural boy, a very, very rural boy. I come from the farms. We call them the farms because from where I come, everyone is a farmer. From my grandparents to our neighbors and everybody else in the area. Oh, God. That was an unexpected question still. I'm so sorry. I'm a very simple person. I like things in their simplicity. I'll make an example. So again, I'm gonna bring my work to this, but I'm just making reference. My work revolves around food. It revolves around indigenous foods. And Kanisani is that raw boy who is seriously rooted in Izinto. I don't want to say Izinto as a Sinto because that will be translated badly, but things that I grew up being exposed to, like the foods that we used to eat, our indigenous foods. Umoba. I am somebody who enjoys walking on gravel, who enjoys walking barefooted. listening to Ogogo talking and seeing children just running and playing marbles on the road. That's how I grew up. And I identify as that young man who is still fascinated by the things that I grew up experiencing. I say this because now that I'm in a big city, now that I go to these big cities, I find myself experiencing life differently, and I fail to relate to those spaces, because they are not a fraction of who I am. So from the food, from the way that people carry themselves, the behavior, to the songs that are sang in those spaces, they don't really resonate with who Gunisani is. So I guess my response to you is Gunisani is just somebody who believes in the concept of simplicity. And simplicity for me, I guess, because you know where I come from, is everything that has to do with spaces like the one that you and I come from.
But will you go back to dancing if given a chance?
Yes, definitely. I've been trying to go back to dancing, but because of work, which is the greatest pandemic, I don't have time to do any extramural activities except for gym and running, really. I would love to go back to dancing. I would kill to go back to dancing, in fact.
Okay.
It makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. It's actually very sad if you think about it, because these are the things that dance in particular is something that used to make me happy. Nandisa, you can chip in on this one. We used to camp. We used to do things during our dancing days, and it was fun. We didn't even have to worry about body goals because it just comes off naturally. Nandisa right now is a fat cook. I'm joking, Nandis. I was waiting to see your reaction. I'm joking. She's still very well shaped. I don't know how she does it, because most people that stop being active like she was, women in particular, they end up gaining weight, but she's very good. I don't know how she does it. I need her. It's the genes. Mandis, I'll come back to you. Do you have a second question for me?
It's any pressure ekhaya. Like, okay, kokuqala nje kuma-siblings wakho number one, and how's the pressure with you doing all these things, traveling abroad, taking the flights, wearing the red gowns? How's the pressure at home for your siblings?
By the way, I'm going to clarify something. I don't travel that much abroad. I think my traveling is quite local. I would say between PE Cape Town, PE Mpumalanga, and PE Gauteng. Being the first, I'm the oldest.
You're the
I've got
okay.
Yes, I'm a firstborn. The sibling that comes after me is 3 years younger. He is turning 27 this month. And we have a younger sister. My younger sister is 21 years younger than me. She's 9 years old this year. I wouldn't say there's pressure, really. There's no pressure. I think I come from a very easy kind of family that just, do your thing, call if you need support, and yeah, that's just about it. There's no pressure. I've never felt pressured in any way from my household.
Not you, the ones following you.
Oh, you mean oh, okay. I don't think they feel pressured. We don't approach life that way. I think our approach to life is is quite different. You focus on you from where I come, and if anything, you seek assistance, and there's always help available. So that you wouldn't really feel pressured in any way. I think that is how we were raised, and I think that is their approach to life as well.
Lucky them. Okay, thank you.
I wonder why you would ask that question. Do you feel pressured in a way?
Not me, but I'm also a firstborn, so the ones that come after me, my mom's like, Nandi this, Nandi that, Nandi this, Nandi that. So I feel like, it's just a lot for them sometimes.
Yeah. So there's one time where my mom was talking to my brother. Still, I think I've told you the story. Where my mom was talking to my brother, and she made a comparison. This was years ago. I quickly had to ask her not to do that, because what it does is that it causes division between myself and my siblings. And it stopped there. It never happened ever again. I think you should do the same thing. Otherwise, you'll grow up having siblings.
And others are not the same.
Musa, Martin, talk to me.
Another question.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think because we've explored so much about your professional side, I want to know more about the relationship you have with your dog. It's quite exciting.
Good boy, come here. He's playing outside. He loves the spotlight. He would have loved to be here. Man, Max,
like father, like son.
I've never been connected to any living thing like I am with Max. When I come home from work, or when I come home from anywhere, I know that there is this little one who is going to be jolly, running all over me, touching me everywhere, and wanting a treat. He always wants treats. When I'm sleeping, in the mornings, he would wake me up. He literally wakes me up. I would hear him touching the bed like this. He's got his own bed, before you guys even ask if we share the same bed. And yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like Max can sense my energy when I'm not feeling okay. He would just come and look at me like this. And I don't know where he gets that thing from. Maybe he senses energy. I'm not sure whether he's like plants as well. I know plants are able to do that, but I see it a lot with Max. And we play quite a lot, okay? Aika. He loves playing Shem. We were playing Dragon Ball Z yesterday. So I was pulling a Kame, and he knows how to respond. He would either run or he's going to fight back. So that's the kind of relationship I have with Max. He's more like that little boy I've always been yearning for, which I still gonna get 6 years behind. Nandis, why are you laughing?
God, do it.
You remind me of my aunt. Whenever I share stories about Max and how I would sometimes leave him in it, take him to a dog school, she would just roll on the floor.
I mean, I bet you go to Mufam Julia, but let's see to this. I understand.
You guys should invest in keeping pets. Whether it's a cat or a dog, please. Nandi, for crying out loud, you eat frogs.
So, eat pets.
No, I mean aren't you guys eating dogs then?
I'm not petting frogs. I'm eating them. So, good team.
Would you guys, by the way, eat frogs? Vin, would you eat a frog?
I'm a vegetarian for like 12 years now, so no thanks, I'll pass.
Zimbo, would you try it out?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not. I haven't even tried mopane worms, so imagine a frog. That's a stretch.
Oh, bro.
Still, are we doing frog?
I can't even stare at a frog for like a second. The moment I see it, I turn a blind eye. Like, no, I'm good,
Musa?
guys.
I wouldn't
Musa?
mind. I wouldn't mind. Because
I now know for a fact, amongst all four of you, excluding Nandisa, I wouldn't travel with y'all except for Musa. I don't like traveling with people that aren't open to trying out new things. I would definitely try out a frog. I look forward to trying out a snake. I've had mopane worms. I've cooked mopane worms, and I enjoyed them. Although
I'm not even.
I made a choice.
I'm not
Huh?
even open to try things here in South Africa. How much more abroad? I'm just a weirdo like that.
I'm not eating frogs, guys. I'm just kidding. And eqinisana sungamane ungishiye mfethu uhambe makukuthi kanjani. Okay.
But you posted them. You posted them the other day, and they were nicely fried.
Social media is a lie. Do you not know?
How did they were nicely fried?
I'm so disappointed. I'm disappointed. Vin,
Would you eat a dog then?
a dog.
Yeah, because in China, apparently.
I would, as long as that
Ah,
dog
wow,
is not
Max. Wow,
as long as that dog is not Max, I would try it out.
I'm meant to say in one day.
Interesting because one of my friends used to refer to Max as a piglet when he was young. And he was like, if you leave that thing with me, as a fix up between. And I was always scared of leaving Max with people for that reason, because it was just this cute little thing that looked like a piglet. And I think people would have been jajarach and could have done things to him. Vin, I'm coming to you now. Your second question, please.
Okay. Direction do I head in now? Definitely no frogs or snakes involved. What's next in terms? Okay, at the moment, it seems that career focusing is the number one goal. So beyond your PhD, what's your next step?
Education-wise.
Yes. In your career, yeah. Where do you see yourself heading in the next 5 years?
You'll be shocked. So I'm currently Nandisa, why are you doing that? I'm currently doing a Bachelor of Arts in creative writing. I just finished my exams, and the goal there is to shift away from hard science to social science. So there's a number of things that I'm already thinking about. Right now, I'm busy trying to work on that side of my sciences. I'm starting my writing, aligning it with the social sciences discipline. I'm not sure if I should expand and say this, but I'm a lover of theater, and a part of me wishes to see myself writing screenplays at some point.
Wow, that's nice.
Oh, and I have a book that is currently underway.
Even better. Congrats.
Thank
to
you.
be honest with you, I was really surprised by that. I honestly thought you would pursue avenues into policy making. I always saw you sitting in parliament one day in one of those seats, influencing legislation with the knowledge and experience that you have. So if ever one day you decide to take a branch from the branch that you're already on now, I would like to see you try something like that, because in my pursuits, that's where I'm heading in the medical field. And I know you would do extremely well in your field of agricultural sciences. So it could be something to think about.
Thanks, my friend. I think I'm there with one finger, not even a foot. Um, I am working on 2 projects and sitting in 3 committees, one by UCT, second by Stellenbosch, and third by sorry, I've forgotten this organization. It's a long name. Where we work on policy-related stuff. The first one on agroecology, the second one on sustainable agriculture, and the other one, really a project, is on strengthening agricultural research and innovation. All those will eventually inform policy because the end goal is to have policy briefs that are going to be channeled to the Ministry of Agriculture. And I think you raised this point because you and I have had this conversation that I want to be in the policy-making space. That's something I will forever yearn for. The social sciences thing is forever going to be a passion project, but what I'm doing now is what is something I'm gonna die with. But you know, we need to grow in other areas as well. So the social sciences branching is just for my own passion projects. That's why I talk about screenplay writing. That's why I talk about writing a book, a fictional book, that is. But the ultimate goal really is to make it in the policy space.
All right, that's good.
Yeah. I'm not sure, by the way, still there. If you remember, when I first left the same institution that I'm with now, I wanted to go to FAO or government because I was like, I want to be in the policy space. I want to be in the policy space, not really knowing how things work. And then I eventually learned how the entire system works and learned that you could work from where you are, influencing policy in some way or contributing towards policy in a way. So I think it's still a build-up even from the current seat that I'm in. Zimbo.
Hi. Okay. I'm going to base my question on your career because I feel like personally, I'm okay. You entered the space that you are in now very young. I'm not sure if the scruffy look is actually, part of that. But for example, in the space I'm in, age or rather seniority goes a long way. You can have all the experience in the world, but seniority goes a long way. So now coming to you being, young and you have a PhD, you are in the space that you're in, you have been in other spaces that a lot of people still want to be in, and such spaces are occupied by seniors. What challenges have you faced there? Like, how have you been able to make your voice heard, being, your age and all? Because I know, honestly speaking, okay, maybe let me say, standing outside looking in, the agricultural space is white dominant. And you coming in as a young black man, or rather a young black, boy, or depending on how they phrase it, how have you been able to, navigate and make sure that, I'm going to make a name out of this. My name is going to, prevail. I don't know how to phrase it, but how did you manage to move in the space that you're in?
Again, it goes back to a question that was asked earlier about who asked it, in fact. I think it was Musa who was asking about young people and how I try and inspire them or encourage them to be in the next phases of their careers, if I may put it like that. I think for me, I put aside the race thing. You make reference to the race thing. Yes, there's dualism in our agriculture economy. We see Black people practicing at a small scale at a subsistence level. A case in point, Sto and Nandisa, you know our farming systems in KZN, Emakaya. And then you've got your white commercial farmers in large scale farms. My thing is, I don't know, I turn a blind eye to all these political things, and I try and coexist with all parties, really. Nandisa, we just lost our dad, Johan van Veenendaal, who was our greatest force. Nandisa did agriculture, by the way, and she's very what do you call it? She's won awards for farming. She's doing farming practically. You know, this Woman of the Year award, whatever. And I think what Nandisa and I did was to put aside the politics and to just gain as much information and experience as we can. Learning from the same white person that you make reference to, Tando. Sorry, I sometimes call Tando Zimvo, Tando. I'm used to calling him. I'm used to calling him Tando. So when I see Zimvo there, I'm a bit distracted. So yeah, it's just that I learn from whoever.
Okay, okay, maybe let's put the race thing aside. Let's deal with the respect. You've never had issues with being disrespected within the space that you're in because of your age.
because of my race.
Age, no, age, not
Your
race.
age.
Not really because of age. I wouldn't say because of age. I mean, the only terrible experience I've had really in my career was when I was based in one of the cities of South Africa, which you would very well know, Tando. And I existed in a space that was dominated by individuals that weren't progressive in their thinking. I don't want to attach it to race. I don't think it's that. But, you know, sometimes you find yourself working with individuals that aren't very progressive in terms of how they think and in terms of how they approach situations. So that was the only time I sort of felt like, you know, I'm very uncomfortable with what's happening here. The culture is different and it doesn't favor me. It's not conducive enough for me to develop in any way. And hence I escaped that space. But yeah, I wouldn't attach it to race again. And I wouldn't attach it to age also.
Okay. I know if this was my question. Can I please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I please disappear for a minute?
Okay, no problem. You did say you are expecting a parcel.
Yeah.
Vin, am I coming to you for the second time?
No, I'll be the third, but you have to do the ladies first before me.
Yeah, I was about to say, please pause a bit. I'm coming to Sto now. I think she's the only one that hasn't asked the second question.
I'm not sure if I have a question or I have a petition before the end of this conversation with you, Gunzan. But
What do you mean?
let me put it this way. I want you and I want you specifically as someone who has a better knowledge in agriculture to establish from where we come from, what sort of farming is lacking. That is number one. Number two, if we were to bring that farming where we come from, is it going to benefit the community, or maybe in a long run, are you willing to sort of like have your own like planting where you come from for purposes of selling and stuff like that? I might not have the correct terms to use, but all I want you to do, we can get a place and then we start doing farming where we come from. I'm not sure if it's something doable.
You mean you and I?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's very doable. That's very doable. I was thinking you're saying that how can we bring some sort of development in the spaces from which we come? And
Yeah.
my response to that was going to be, I don't think it's ever wise to try and fix what is not broken. I think our systems are functioning very well for our people. But if you are looking at it from a business perspective for yourself, that's something we can easily talk about on the side.
I'm looking at it like for business perspective, because this takes me back to my question earlier to say, apart from the suits and the ties that we wear from Monday to Friday, who are we? What else can we do? Because this thing of I am going to go to a certain so and so and expect a salary month end, but what is it that am I doing for myself with the paper that I'm holding? So that's basically what if we can give like sort of commitment and deadline to say we can get a certain area and do 1, 2, and 3 for ourselves. You understand? I'm not sure if I'm speaking sense, because my follow-up question was gonna be a thing of how do you view or how do you define success different from today than it was back then? Because with us, it feels like you can attain a certain thing, but you still don't feel like you are successful. Like you feel like there's something lacking. It's never enough. So is there any other thing that we can do for ourselves with whatever paper or document that we are holding that is beneficial to us?
I like everything else that came before that question. And I say this because Musa, please join us. I say this because Musa is one person that seriously said, you know what, to hell with these papers. I'm going to establish my own thing. Musa has a library. Is functioning online. It's an online library. He works with schools around Johannesburg, and I'm not sure which other place Musa, but it's doing extremely well, recognized even in government structures. And in line with what you're asking there, Sto, I think what he realized was that I'm more than just these pieces of papers that I am carrying. I've got a brain. I can think creatively. I can think outside what I learned in class, and I can do whatever and generate income and make a living. And he's doing that successfully and is highly recognized for his efforts. And I think to respond to your initial question, yes, one can do something outside the papers. The papers are just there to allow you to enter certain spaces, but they are not restricting you, to do other things outside what you are trained for. In terms of the question on success, that's a personal thing, man. How you define success and how I define success isn't going to be the same because of the standards we set for ourselves. And I think it differs from person to person, really.
Okay.
Last round. I don't know how I'm doing. I don't know how I'm doing, but I'm glad that this is the last round. And I'm going to start with Vin this time around.
Okay, since it's a last question, let me make it a little bit difficult for you, right? Okay.
before you make it difficult, I'm quite disappointed that my friends have been given an opportunity to engage me, and the only thing they are asking me about is work-related stuff.
Because that's all who you are.
No, do you
I
honestly
mean,
That's who you are.
no, don't talk
Bana
about the dirty
kusesele na
things that
1-1.
don't
Bana
talk
kusesele na
about the
1-1.
dirty things that you talk about, especially not you, Vin, not you, Tando. Well, but please go ahead.
No. That's I think what we're trying to do is we're trying to scratch the surface of the soil. Let's make an agricultural pun there. And get to know you and let your viewers know who you are. I mean, we know who you are. So I think what we were all trying to point out, not in a bad way, but we were trying to allow us to see beyond just your career trajectory and get to know you as a person and how you are going to be able to do things to probably guide or inspire and get people out of their shells to say like what we were speaking about earlier about where there was failures in early life and that set you up to where you are now. But is it, and then it's going to tie up back to what I was asking before and just what Nolwazi just asked you now. It's like, it comes a point where your trajectory, yes, it's going up. Where does it plateau and like level out? I know you said in the next 6 years probably that we'll be seeing a little mini queues running around and doing stuff. But
Of course.
yes, but it's and then it comes back to also what you were saying about we're not our papers. So we kind of know you as career focused and driven in that direction. And then if we subtract all those things that are currently holding place in your life, where is the real you if we had to meet you like at a bar somewhere? I know maybe that's not even your scene, but if we meet you there and we're trying to get to know you, like, is it all that we're going to know about your achievements, your PhD, and your career? Or how do we get to know? Because you just made that joke now about I'm sad people are only asking me about work. So my question to you is, can you genuinely tell us 5 things about yourself that nobody knows, not even us as your friends?
Oh, thank you, Vin.
Yes, and it must not involve work or maths because we know about all those things. So
It
it has
does not involve work or max.
yes, nothing of the sort. We need to know you, and you. Minus the doctor, minus your scruffy beard and your hair and stuff. We want to know 5 things about you that all of us in this group don't know about. So go for it.
By the way, that doctor thing, I try to shy away from.
Shame, you do.
I hate it. I hate
all
it.
the time.
I want people to call me Q. I want people to call me Krimisani. I want people to know that I am a young man separated from my profession. I'm an individual.
By changing your title on Instagram. Start by changing your name on Instagram. Maybe you must be Pinisani, not Dr. Scruffy. And people will start.
No, you ended.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. Like how everybody has a stage name, that's sort of like my stage name as well. It doesn't really translate to doctor, whatever. I don't mind it even when people say Dr. Scruffy Nj, because it doesn't sound like doctor, isn't like attached to the accolade in that sense. But when you start saying Dr. Kwabe or when you call me doctor, then it becomes a problem for me. It becomes a bit heavy. just Scruffy Q, Dr. Scruffy, that's fine. Even my students call me like that. Anyway, 5 things. I'm one hell of a crazy person. I think you guys would agree with me when I have conversations with you individually. I demonstrate this all the time. I talk all sorts of crap you could ever hear out there in the streets. I also grew up in a township, and I have a township in me that kicks in every now and again. So I just speak whatever, whenever, and I would say however, to some extent. So I speak crap, a lot of crap, with the right people, to the right people, like yourselves. Nandisa, you know the conversations that you have, and yeah, I think you're one person who is always receiving my craziness too as well. In fact, all of you. I don't even know why I'm singling you out. Second thing, I think it also ties with the first one. People think I'm this serious person who plays by the book, who has this certain structure attached to his everyday move. Meanwhile, I'm not that person. I'm not serious at all. Only when I am in a work setting, even there, I try to be as flexible as I possibly can. I love structure, yes, but it's not something that particularly defines me. Much as I love order, I hate order. Sounds crazy, but that's my thing. The third thing, I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert.
A crazy introvert. Introvert.
Sorry?
A crazy introvert.
A crazy introvert.
But
A crazy structured / unstructured introvert.
You're gonna make
Those
a
are my
perfect, you're gonna make a perfect Netflix serial about a serial killer who is very into gardening and stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
So I love being indoors. And when I say I'm an introvert, people say introverted, extrovert. I think I'm that really, because I love being in my space. I love being in my house. I love going out as well, going to restaurants and. But also, I love being in social gatherings. Just that I don't prefer being in clubs and pubs, as you are correctly saying, Vin earlier. But I very much love being in a space where I've got a group of friends. We are all gathered. We are having coffee like we are right now, and we are just having conversations and playing games, even if it is in your space, Vin or Zimbus or Nandisas or whoever's. I appreciate that quite a lot. In that sense, I regard myself as an introverted, sort of like extrovert, if that's a qualified term now. I love being indoors. I think that's the third point. The fourth point would be, okay, I think this one is important. I don't like people that don't respect me. I don't like it when people don't respect me. When you engage me, because I treat people with respect, I expect to be respected as well. And I say this because I'm reminded of this somebody who was, I don't know them. They said something on Instagram, and I think we were talking nicely, commenting on the videos of Max that I posted, and then they said something completely out of line. And I read that message, and then 2 hours later, why blue ticking me? Because I just don't want to be engaged that way. You must know boundaries. So much as I'm a crazy free person, and you must also know where to draw the line, because I know where to draw the line. When I'm talking to Vin, Vin is a very good friend of mine, but I know that there's a line that I'm not supposed to cross. It applies with every other human being. The fifth one the fifth thing that I think I should mention is that I've never had tequila in my life. I've never had tequila. Maybe that's something worth doing, trying out. I need to try tequila.
Put one of your Mopani worms in it and then drink it.
I need to send you a bottle of tequila.
God.
Nice.
Okay. Send it to me. I'll gladly accept it. My recent ex bought me, he will tell me, I don't know, alcohol, Prosecco or Prosecco. What is it?
I think it's Prosecco.
Prosecco. I was given Prosecco as a gift. This was just before I left Gauteng last year, July. I still have it here because I don't drink these things that you young people drink.
What the heck?
What the heck?
Thank you, Vin. Thank you. I'm gonna move to China. China. Let's go to Asia. Talk to me.
Are you happy?
What's your last question?
Are you happy?
It's a very interesting question.
Please don't cry.
Why would I cry?
Happiness.
I am, in a way, I am happy. I'm happy. You guys have been asking me about my career. When I look at my progress career-wise, I think that makes me happy. But when I look at the social aspect of my life, I think that is good as well. But I've been saying in the past couple of days, Nandisa, Guti, I really want to come back to a house where I'm gonna be greeted, hey babe, how are you? How's your day? You know? I don't think anything would make me happier right now. That is what I yearn for. And if I tie your question to that alone, in terms of companionship, I'm not happy. And yeah, I'm just speaking to the universe now. I'm saying, please hear my cry. I hope the universe conspires in helping me to find a partner.
What seems to be the problem?
Not most are laughing.
Okay.
But in every other area, I'm very happy. Like very, very happy.
Okay.
No, follow up. What seems to be the problem? You're saying you're not happy when it comes to relationship wise, you're not happy. What seems to be the problem?
I'm not happy because I don't have somebody to come back home to. That's the only thing I'm not happy about. And
Are you working towards that?
I am. I really am. And I'm just praying. It's also the thing of you don't want to get an Andisa as your partner, Sorry, I'm just making an example. I'm not talking about you. There's certain qualities that you want from a partner. Basic things. How we engage each other. You see this from when you're interacting with a person, really. Are you aligned in terms of how you think and in terms of how you approach things? I never wish to date somebody who is like me. I'll expand on that offline. I always say if I were to find a copy of me, I don't think I would be happy because I don't want another Q. I want somebody who's different, you know? So, but in you being different, you must be somebody who makes a contribution in a way, in Millennium. And it starts with the basic things. When we talk, do we understand each other? Do we meet each other halfway? Stars have to align.
Okay.
Do you believe in dating outside your circle, or are you just one of those people who like, okay, I can date someone that I've known or someone that I know, or you're just gonna maybe like find a stranger and start a conversation with a stranger and get to know a stranger and then see if things are gonna work or not? What like when it comes to that? Because I know some people be like, okay, let me look around my circle and see if you understand. Abanye be like, nah, I need some fresh, you know, abangangazi ukuthi ngikhule kanjani, nani. So what is your preference when it comes to dating?
When you say around my circle, I hope you're not making reference to yourself.
No.
What's wrong with that?
Ayibu.
Ngamaze njalo ku-Q, ngamaze njalo. Your circle, it can be abangani bakho, ama-colleagues wakho, like abantu osuke waba ne-encounter nabo for maybe the longest time. You understand?
No, I know. I know what you mean.
Definitely not
No,
us.
by the way, I think I'm gonna say this. I think my friendship with Sto is one of those special ones. She and I have been friends from the moment we were in grade 1, and we haven't lost contact or had our friendship cut at any stage of our lives. So she's
to a point whereby, guys, I'm sorry to interject. To a point whereby, if there's an incoming call when I'm at work, people they'll be asking, "Is that Q? Is that?" Like, no, man.
Yeah, she's more like a sister. So that question, I was just being silly when I said, I hope you're not making reference to yourself. I'm just letting others know. No, I would never look inside my circle. Jeez. Everybody who is in my circle is everybody who is in my circle is more like a brother and a sister. So I would never consider somebody within my immediate circle or the 3 immediate circles. I'm always
Gundani? Stranger, ufuna ama-stranger azokukhama wena.
Maybe that's why I hlele ngivova kanje. Because yeah. But I always look forward to meeting new people and giving them a chance, you know. I think there's also beauty that comes with learning umuntu that you don't know, you know, that you haven't encountered. You know, that they call it a honeymoon phase. That honeymoon phase or that chasing phase for me is just super amazing. I don't know if I would no. Yeah.
What happens after the chasing?
So it's definitely somebody outside the circle. What happens after the chasing?
Yeah, because now I feel like that the adrenaline is gone. Then what happens after that?
Very good question. You remind me of this other lady, Barbara is her name. She's actually my therapist, but she was talking about the chase and what happens after the chase. After the chase, that's when you face the music, because that is where the reality starts kicking in. You know, the chase is gone, the honeymoon phase is gone. Now you have to deal with the person. It's now the commitment part of the relationship. It's no longer about the butterflies and everything else, because those are gone, they die. And I think for me, in a relationship, that's my favorite part. because now we are learning to coexist with each other, and we are working on this thing together. We are actually working on growing. It's no longer about fun and games. So that's what happened after the chase and the honeymoon phase.
No, the reason I'm asking is that you find, other people are fascinated by the chase. All the romances there. You overlook all the red flags and all until you get to that point where you're like, okay, now let's be serious. Then you're like, nah, I can't do this anymore.
I never get to that point where, yeah.
And now it's that thing of, okay, you can't do it anymore. But what about all this time that, we've spent, trying to get to know each other and all of that. And now you're like, nah, we can't do it anymore.
It never happens on my side. Not if I decide to end a relationship. The recent one that I ended last October was because of some funny behavior. But I've never had to end a relationship because that phase was gone. The honeymoon phase was gone. I think I've always been fortunate because the people that I get involved with are seriously people that commit and that know what relationships should be. I haven't been that unfortunate. I'll be able to answer that question, but because I haven't experienced that, I don't think I'm in a position to.
Okay.
Musa, before Musa, let me just come to you, Zimbo.
Okay, actually, it's a simple one for me, really. We've been friends for some time, but there's one thing I don't know about you. How did you come up with the name Scruffy or Scruffy, whatever?
Oh God. Still, Unana is the one. Unana, my big sister. She's my aunt's daughter. Is the one who called me Scruffy. She saw the name Scruffy before I was Mr. Scruffy on Instagram because of the scruffiness. So she has this thing of reading everything in isiZulu, and she places emphasis. I remember this one time she was reading a text, and then she's reading in English, and then all of a sudden, imbecile, and she was reading the term imbecile. And it's always a thing with her. So she saw this, and whenever I was home, she would be like, yeah, we're Scruffy. And then I decided, actually, this sounds better than Scruffy. And so I changed from FY to FFIE on Instagram, and I became
Makes sense.
Yebo. Musa, I haven't asked you the last question. I think Vin will be the last one.
Yeah, my last question, yeah, I'm full by dramatic, but because I just want to know, because whenever you get a new partner, like we are taken into some army.
Wait, what happens?
Whenever you get a new relationship, I disappear. Whenever he's in a new relationship, I don't know, there's a timetable of doing things as a friend. And then after Umuntu Bamisile comes back to us, and then timetable is destroyed. So how do you decide what's okay? Now I'm in a new relationship, I'm deciding what's okay, this is how things are going to be. And then once everything goes sour, then we are invited again back in a good life.
Priority.
Can you address this, please? I'm not happy.
I become the victim. I think I become a victim because I know when I'm not papa and I might get too excited and I text my friend or call my friend, but nope, not now. I'm with my partner. How? And then
You
next,
Jola first.
next
Yes, follow.
Tando, can I come to you, please? Have you ever felt rejected by me when I'm in a relationship?
Since we've known each other, you haven't really been in a serious relationship. So I wouldn't actually attest to that.
no, but like it's okay, like I'm a 5 minutes noodles kind of relationship.
I'm
No,
sorry.
It's always been.
I'm taking offense.
I'll say. But I'm gonna.
What? So basically, what you are saying, what you are lying about in front of my other friends is that I'm a relationship. I'm a relationship, so I'm umlilo maphepha. That's exactly what you're saying. I'm so disappointed. By the way, I've only been in one relationship ever since our friendship. I think we met after that huge blow when I was in Bloemfontein, and then the only one I've been to is the one that I ended in October. So it's only one relationship, which was about 9 months, more or less. So don't say don't say umlilo amaphepha. Anyway, we are not Musa, please don't think like that, man.
Be honest, Ilana Moses.
Of course.
It happens to the most of us, though.
What do you mean still? I can't believe you are attesting to this.
No, I'm saying whatever that you do to Musa when you are in a new relationship, I feel like it happens to the most of us. It's just that some people are able to communicate with their friends, like what's happening to their relationship, whether it's a honeymoon or there's no longer honeymoon. But for some people, it's like, me and umuntu wami, I don't want my friends to be involved. Because I feel like for me, I literally, I've got those friends that are always engaged in whatever that's happening in my life. Let's say for some, now it depends on how close we are with those people. Then they just find out, it just happens to the most of us.
You're a perfect example. Still, when I was that side before I left, I was in a relationship throughout that period. There was never a time where I didn't see you. Whenever we needed to see each other, we would go shopping, you'd come to my place. You just didn't know I was in a relationship because I don't talk about my relationships.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Let me respond to your question. Musa calls me at 12 a.m. and expects me to answer.
You do the same, though. You do the same. So,
wow.
Thank you.
So, uma nginozinyo qhuphula bakithi. That has been when I've got a significant other. Of course, they take priority. After certain hours, you will not reach me unless if you text me. But then also, I wouldn't. I'm not usually active because most of my time is given to my partner, especially when we are together. The only time you are going to get lucky and reach me is if we are not in contact. Even if we are not together and you contact me, chances are we would be on a video call like this for a prolonged period, and then it would be hard for you to reach me in that regard.
That's when we call you and you decline our calls. Yeah.
So but anyway,
it's a guy Shuba.
Can I ask this?
And then I come back. Yes, Zimbo.
So that means, Donna, when you are in a relationship, askwazi ukugowela kuwe.
Ukugowela kimi.
Yeah, like we can't call you. Like if they're advent, like I'm Diagoa at 1 a.m. I'm like, you know what? If there's one person who's going to understand this, is this one. Mara,
You
now I have
must
to do shit. Unokuhleli nomuntu wakhe, so I can't call.
go at 1 a.m. If you go by 10 p.m., you're taking allergies, you are dozing off. You must be gone. That's the only
Thank
way.
Thank you very much for that.
Oh, like, trust me, there are certain things that you just can't sleep.
Nabangna medication.
No, but then that's unfair. I think we should just make it a standard rule to say you don't call a person after 10 p.m. Especially if you're going to talk about the heartbreaking things, things that are a bit sour. Because it means now I have to sleep with a broken heart because of you. In case I'm in Soma because of you. It's so unfair.
I already have a broken heart. That one is not going anywhere. I just want to vent.
So sikufonele magumnandi Q. Magumnandi
Okay, basically, who's telling ukuthi nje aka-relate emgowini wethu. Maybe relationship, please don't bother him. Cause
It's all about timing. Let's get the times right. It's that thing of boundaries, even amongst friends. Okay, so we know Q is in a relationship. Chances are he's with the partner. Let's not call him after 9. It's cutting time. It's pillow talk. It's pillow talk. Whenever I'm in a relationship, Nandisa, I mainly stay with my partner, or at least some days of the week.
Okay.
This is very interesting. Honestly.
noted.
You should have put this in one of the numbers of the things that we don't know about you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mesemathandeni boy, gone.
I think it's the same with all of you. In fact, I can count one by one. Maybe not all of you, but definitely Tando, Nandisa, you two still. I would count you there. I can't find you guys. With you, so it's mainly because of work. Nandisa and Zimbo, you guys, when you're in relationships, which you are right now, I know for a fact I don't get you at certain times.
Not lie.
I promise you, when you are in South Africa, Nandisa, it's very hard to reach you.
Do not lie. I do not cohabit. So how can you not reach me?
Let's leave it. Let's leave it.
I won't comment.
Let's leave it. Can I please move to Vin? Can I give Vin this last question?
What do I think about to try and end the session? It's actually kind of fun though. Let's see. I'm not talking about work, so we're not going there. Let me see. If you could give each of us a sentence that would summarize your friendships with us, what would it be?
Damn.
And please be honest.
While we have you here, please go.
I don't lie. I don't lie, please. I will start with Nandisa. Whew. It breaks my heart that you sometimes forget about me. It seriously breaks my heart that you sometimes forget about me. There's been a long period where you and I were not in contact like this. And this was just before you ventured deeply into farming. There was a time where you were just quiet. You were MIA. I would see you, maybe we would chat about once in 3 months or once in a semester. and that didn't land well to me. And you and I, we've got similar friends, or we know similar people, the same people, and those are people that you mainly chilled with. And I would see you, oh, Nandisa is partying, Nandisa is chilling with so and so. But what about me? I felt a bit left out, I must say. So I felt as if you had forgotten me during those times. You know very well the times that I'm talking about. So that wasn't nice. I very much appreciate you. I love you, in fact, as a partner. You know this. And yeah, if there's anything, I don't want to relive those days because uyilembe lami. Uhlanya lwami, you know this. She would know. Of course, of course. She knows when I say ilembe, ukuthi ngisho ukuthini. So that's Nandisa. Musa. Musa.
Private. I'll explain privately.
Musa, Musa, you are naturally unstructured and very unruly. I hate. Okay, first, I mustn't hate everything. I mustn't hate everything. I appreciate our friendship, and I very much value you as a friend. However, in many a times, in fact, I've felt that you are somewhat selfish. Selfish. Selfish in a sense that, you know, Musa asked me a question about how I plan my time when I'm in a relationship and whatnot. It's very uncommon that when you call Musa, you would get him, for starters. But when the tables are turned, Musa gives you grief for days. And he always does that. Musa, I would say, based on that you are very much concerned about your time and not necessarily cognizant of another person's time. And I think that's selfish. And if there was a thing that I would change about you, it would seriously be that. Okay, but I appreciate the many conversations that you and I have. Musa and I mainly talk about politics, by the way. I love hearing your views, your biased views, might I add. Yeah. I value our friendship. Sto, I'm gonna come to you. If I were to get a friend, or if I were to change some elements of my existing friendships, I would want to model the friendship that you and I have. I don't think amongst our friends, even in the wolf pack, those are the guys that we were friends with from primary school. I don't think anyone is as close to me as you are, and I don't think anybody brings the level of what's the term, value that you bring to my life. And yeah, I would say I love you. I love our friendship. I love most thing about our friendship, but like many others, there is something I don't particularly like about you. And again, when Nolwazi stresses quite a lot, ne? She stresses quite a lot, and when she is stressed, she would disappear for days. You would call her, she will not respond. You would text her, she would say, hey, I will call you back, and that's it. She doesn't ignore, but she would lie to you. That I don't like about you, but everything else I love, really.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mini, mini, mighty, mo. Nandisa, who must be my next person? Zimbo or Vin?
Vin.
Yeah.
Vin, I wish you would stop talking about pornography.
Ah,
I really wish you would stop talking about pornography. I love you. Like, I love you a lot. I enjoy talking about cats and dogs with you. But yeah, my friend is a real G. He talks about pornography, sex, whatever. He's a free speaker, given the space he's in, I guess, because of the training. But yeah, sometimes I'm just like, yo, can you just chill? You know?
It's a bit too intense for agriculture.
It's the farm boy in you, Q, I understand.
Yeah.
But can I say something? I've never had a conversation with you telephonically and not really dropped the call without noting something that is valuable to me. I always find your insights to be very, very helpful for me. You advise even when you don't mean to advise whenever we speak. I think that's just in your nature, and that is what makes you super amazing. And I think that is what has kept me holding on to you for so long, from when you were still in Richards Bay, Devon, and now in Midrand.
Oh,
So
thank
yes, yeah, I think that's it with Vin and Zimbo. What am I gonna say about you? What am I gonna say about you? You know, Zimbo is one hell of a crazy person. Whenever you speak. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this.
Pilalele.
Zimbo.
izinto abazali bethu abazazi.
Ukuthi uhleli ugowa mnganami. Zimbo is always going through the most. If it is not in a relationship, it's at work. If it's not at work, it's among friends. He's always going through something. Hey, my friend.
No.
Uhlezi Goisha, yabona, if there's one thing, I'm always sitting here listening to this broken-hearted soul. And whenever I see a call, I don't ignore your calls. I enjoy them. By the way, I've learned to accept that, whenever I call, something has happened, either at work, in one of his friendships, or in a relationship. But we are Goisha. I think for me, this is the funniest friendship I have among all the five. This one just amuses me in some way because, yeah, homeboy always has stories to tell, and they're quite hilarious.
We young and still trying to figure out this life thing.
True.
A lot of experiences along the way.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I should take back the mic now as a host, and just thank you for gracing me with your time and really being a part of this episode. I think it was quite special, like how I wanted it to be. I was hoping people would be carrying their cups of coffee. Surprised that only Nandisa had hers, not energy drink.
Because we don't want
She got the memo.
Nah, I had mine also.
Oh, Musa, you also had yours as well. Yeah, I truly appreciate this. This is the last episode for the first season, and I wanted to close it with the people that I love, with people that seriously have spent a significant amount of time with me. And I think you guys were just a great panel to be with. And thank you for all the amazing questions. I hope I did justice, at least in some of them. I know it wasn't with all of them. I truly appreciate it. I'm hoping that in the near future, when I invite you again, you guys will say, yes, we are going to come. With that said, thank you very, very much. By the way, I forgot to mention, Tando will soon be our own Mohueng, our Chief Justice. He is in the law space. And it is my dream within yours that you seriously make it up to that level. And
Siyazama. Trying to get there. So on.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll chat to you guys on the other side.
Thank you for having us.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Yes, bye.
Bye.